All right, everybody. Welcome back for another deep dive.
It's going to be a fascinating one today.
Yeah, we always try to pick really interesting articles, ones that are going to make you think a little bit. And this one is certainly no exception.
Yeah.
I think this is a topic that a lot of people are talking about already, and it's only going to get more relevant as time goes on.
More and more part of our lives, for sure.
Exactly. And this article we're looking at today, it's titled Meta's Bold Bet on AI Characters, the Future of Social Media Engagement. So,
catchy title.
Yeah, it is catchy, and I think it really kind of sums up what we're going to be talking about today. So
Definitely.
basically, it's all about, you know how Meta, the company formerly known as Facebook, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
The parent company of Facebook and Instagram.
Exactly how they're really pushing this idea of AI characters becoming like a major part of our social media experience.
Yeah, it's like taking that next step, right? We've seen AI kind of infiltrating different areas of our lives. You've got AI generating art and music and even like writing code and stuff.
It's crazy.
But now it's like, okay, we're going to have these AI characters that are going to be like our friends, or at least they're going to try to be, right?
Just let that sink in for a second. Like, imagine scrolling through your feed and you see a post from like an AI influencer.
Yeah, or like an AI friend comments on your latest photo.
It's not just like some spam bot. It's like a fully developed persona with a bio and profile picture and everything.
Yeah, and they're generating their own content too.
Okay, so hold on right there. I think we need to define something here for our listeners. What exactly do we mean when we say AI-generated content? Like, what is that?
Right, so basically we're talking about anything from text to images to videos that's been created by an AI system.
So like those AI image generators that everyone's been using lately.
Exactly. Look, a perfect example, but the article goes even further. It talks about Meta developing AI that can turn text prompts into video.
Whoa!
Or like create AI avatars for your video calls.
So instead of seeing my coworkers' faces on Zoom, I could be looking at a bunch of AI avatars.
Yeah, it's wild, right? And I think that's where some of the really interesting questions start to come up, like how do we know who or what we're interacting with online?
It's like, is this a real person or is this an AI?
Yeah.
And there's a whole issue of like authenticity, right? Like,
right.
What happens when AI is creating content that's designed to be super engaging?
Yeah.
Maybe even addictive.
That's a huge concern, I think.
Yeah, because, these platforms, they're already designed to keep us scrolling and clicking and liking and commenting,
Right, exactly.
And now you throw AI into the mix and it's like, what happens to our attention spans?
Well, and what happens to the quality of the content, right? Like, are we just going to be bombarded with this AI-generated stuff that's maybe not even that good?
Yeah, like, is it going to be all surface level, just designed to grab our attention but not really offer anything of substance?
Right, it's like fast food for the brain.
Exactly. And, the article mentions that Meta's not the only one playing in this space. Like Snapchat and TikTok are also getting into the AI game.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's trying to figure out how to use AI to, make their platforms more engaging, or maybe we should say more addictive.
Right, and I think that's another point worth highlighting. This whole idea of engagement versus addiction, like where's the line there?
Yeah, it's a blurry one for sure.
And, all of this raises some serious concerns. It's like the potential for misinformation spreading through these AI characters.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Like imagine AI that's programmed to spread propaganda or push a certain political agenda.
It's like those fake news articles that your uncle shares on Facebook, but on steroids.
Exactly. And then there's the whole issue of, privacy and data security. Like who's collecting all this data about our interactions with these AI characters?
And how are they using it?
Yeah, it's a whole can of worms.
And it really is.
But, to be fair to Meta, the article does mention that they're aware of these risks and they're talking about implementing safeguards, like clearly labeling AI-generated content.
Right, giving users more control over their interactions with AI.
So, like, maybe you could opt out of seeing AI-generated content in your feed or something.
Yeah, I think those are important steps, but it's still early days,
Yeah, we're kind of in uncharted territory here.
Exactly, and that's why it's so important to have these conversations, to really think critically about the implications of this technology.
Yeah, because it's not going away. AI is here to stay, and it's only going to become more integrated into our lives.
That's right.
So we need to be informed, and we need to be engaged in shaping the future of this technology.
Absolutely.
So I guess the big question for our listeners today is, if AI characters do become commonplace on social media, how do you think that's going to change things? Like, how do you think it's going to affect our relationships with each other?
Yeah, and how do you think it's going to change how we view authenticity and human connection online?
Those are big questions, and I don't think there are any easy answers, but I think they're questions worth pondering.
Definitely.
So let us know your thoughts. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, join the conversation.
And that's all the time we have for today's deep dive. But as always, thank you so much for listening.
Thanks for joining us.
And we'll catch you next time.
See you then.